Hello, lovely people. Today we are making homemade soy milk. So you start by soaking your soybeans. When you buy soybeans, you wash them nicely. You select them, you soak them for 6 to 8 hours, or you can do that overnight. The next day, rinse and take out the water that you used to soak. And now it's time to blend. It is as simple as that. With your blender, you put the soya beans. Okay, you know we have different kind of blenders. If your blender is very powerful to put more, you can, but with my blender I prefer putting a little amount of soya beans with little amount of water. I blend, then I add water later. The reason why I do that is because you see, when I put let me say, when I put 1 cup of soya beans, of soaked soya beans in a blender, then maybe I put 2 or 3 cups of water. When I'm blending, it really doesn't blend well. I'm sure if you have made soya milk at home, you know how it is. But when I put less water, it blends nicely until smooth. So you blend until smooth, and then you use any cotton cloth to strain the milk. You can use cheesecloth. You can use there's a nutmeg. What is it called again? I think not milk bag, something like that. I used to have one some years ago. It lasted for very long, but now I'm using this carrier bag from a supermarket. Now here I'm making this not only for soya milk, but I want to make some tofu too, because I had told my daughter to soak just 2 cups of beans, so I thought it was not gonna be enough. But after it had soaked, I saw it was too much, and I didn't want to make so much soya milk. So you see what I'm doing there. I first put beans and I put little water. I blend. Once I see everything is blending well, then I put more water. I want to show you the quality of the milk. If you saw the milk, you saw it looks yellowish. The reason why the milk is very thick like that is because I want to get some milk to make the tofu. And you see the chaff. I'm going to blend it again. This time you don't put too much water, so I mix it with the, you see that milk. Now I'm removing for tofu. It looks nice and yellowish. When you are making milk for tofu, that is how it should look like. You don't put too much water, because if you put too much water when you are making milk for tofu, for soya milk it's okay. But I've also noticed that when you are making soya milk and you put too much water and the milk is kind of too light. When the milk is too light, it doesn't taste nice. But when the milk is thick, it tastes very nice. It really tastes nice. So again, look, you see, if you check the quality of this milk, you will see that it is different. It is different from the first one. The first one looked more yellowish, and this one is white, getting white. But because it was for milk, so I didn't mind. So that is cinnamon sticks that I put, and that is dried lemongrass. Just put that so it can smell nice. Different people put different things. There are those who put vanilla, there are those who put peppermint. Oh, at this moment, this is what I had in my house. So we are going to boil it with this one. Yes. So allow it to boil. Don't go far. Be nearby. Stir. Keep stirring regularly, frequently. You don't go too far. Okay. Now, while we are waiting, that you see the other pot, you see that is for tofu. Because I was saying that I noticed that the soya beans came out a lot, so I didn't want to make so much milk. Though I have a fridge, I can store it there, but I want to make again the fresh one on Friday. So that is the reason why I removed the milk, so that I can make it tofu. And I got a big piece of tofu, which I will cook for my family tomorrow morning. So once the soya reaches boiling point, allow it to boil. Allow it to boil. Do you see my pot is bigger? That's how I like to boil it, because hey, you don't know what happened with the pot of the milk that is for tofu that I showed you not long ago. It was terrible. You know, when the pot is too small and when it start boiling, it's gonna spill and mess it messed up the stove. And yeah, I don't like that part. That's why it's important that the pot you are using should be bigger. If you can use a bigger pot, is better. So it has been boiling for like 15 minutes, and you see that skin there can only come when the soya has boiled enough. I don't know what you do with this skin. I've never used it. I always leave it like this, then I throw it away. If you have an idea of how I can use it, you can always share with me. Now here I'm just going to strain the milk so that I can remove the cinnamon sticks that I had put, and the dried lemongrass. And yeah, that is what I'm doing. You can see my milk. It smells nice. This is helping for the smell, because you don't want your milk to smell beans. So when you put something like maybe cinnamon powder or cinnamon sticks or lemongrass, you can put, sometimes when I have peppermint, I put it in. What else? Someone told me you can also put coconut. I've never used it, but you can use whatever you have at hand. So I'm just going to keep it in the flask so that it can serve. Of course, the children, they've taken some this evening. I made it around 5, and I'm keeping this one for tomorrow morning. So I hope that this video was useful to you, and I hope you have learned something. Yes, I got questions from those who do not have a blender, asking if it is possible to make it without a blender. I have no idea, because I have never tried. I have never tried. Only I once tried using, you see, there's this soya flour. The flour they grind, they take this dried soya beans, they grind it, and they make flour. So someone suggested they made milk from the flour. I tried. Well, it didn't come out so nice, but at least it was better. But to be honest with you, this one tastes much better. So I just added some honey there, and that's how we enjoy it. Sometimes my children, they enjoy it just as it is. Sometimes when there's honey, they put a little bit of honey. When there's no honey, they just drink like that, because in our home, yeah, no sugar, no sugar, no sugar, no sugar. I don't know. I just don't know when last I really bought sugar in my house. So this evening, after making this, I was so tired. I wanted to cook tofu, but I was so tired because my kids and my husband, they had eaten already something else. So I then made this oats with the hot soya milk, and this is what I enjoyed this evening. It was so delicious. It just feels so nice to make your own things at home and enjoy it. When I buy soya milk at the supermarket, I I did not enjoy it because it does not taste nice. And not only for me, not only it didn't taste nice, it was also expensive. And to make this one, I spent almost nothing compared to the prices in the supermarket. But of course, it took my time. Yeah, that I cannot deny. When you want to eat healthy, when you want to eat good food, you also need to take time to cook for yourself. So personally, I'm very skeptical to eat something that I did not cook, or something that I don't know what is inside. So that's why I make most of my things at home. So this is what I enjoyed this evening. It was nice and simple. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also to share this video with others, and let me encourage mothers. Please remember to cook at home. God bless.